Van Gundy had said that Jordan uses friendships and stature to con some of his opponents.
It's never forgotten. I think when you hear certain things like that, you put them in your memory bank and you use them whenever you feel you had the need to. And so I hadn't really forgotten it.
At home against Miami. Here's Jordan posting up again.
Else other than Michael to beat the Knicks.
Allen Houston guards him. Michael, 3 moves and a basket. And this time he glances at you.
Yeah, he should. He should glance at all of us. We call that being put in a blink.
Phil Jackson told Dick Versace before the game in the locker room that Michael Jordan was upset with some comments Van Gundy had made because Jeff Van Gundy had said Jordan, with his friendships with other
who was on your staff, who became the Knicks coach after you, Jeff Van Gundy.
He cons him by inviting him to his movies. He cons him with the commercials. He pretends to enjoy guys and like them and be friends.
Did you take it personally when Van Gundy called you a con man?
Yes. It rubbed me the wrong way then, and if I hear it now, it still rubs me the wrong way because that was never my intent. I was good friends with Oak. I was good friends with Patrick. But I'm not trying to con them to play a different style to play against me. I mean, that to me is like attacking my basketball skills as a sense of saying, only way you win is you make these guys think that you like them. No, I actually do like them. Oakley almost tried to take my head off every time we played, and then we go to dinner afterwards.
Right.
He played me no different than if he was playing me if I did go to dinner or I didn't go to dinner. I felt like that was inappropriate for him to say.
My game was the same. You come in the paint, Mike, no. If Jersey's opposite color come, I got to step up, and that's my job. Take charge of it. And, defense. My defense, I was the anchor in New York, and we had a good defense, always in the top 5 and everything. So Michael worked on his jump shot once I got traded because he knew that he had to pull up. He had to pull up. So in his book, he talked a lot of trash about, I was born in the wrong time, but, hey, he knew if he came down that lane, he was going to have to pay a toll.
I compete harder with my friends more so than with my enemies. And I don't think Magic Johnson laid aside and let me win a championship in 1991 because we were good friends. When you see me maybe joking and kidding around with some of the players, sure, I want to create friends so that the stigma of Michael Jordan being such a dominant player and such a respected person that it doesn't infringe an individual coming up and being a friend to me. I want people to view me as a person, but yet, when we step on the basketball court, I want them to challenge me as a basketball player.
Look at the best rivalry in the NBA today.
Jordan with a spectacular, what a move by Ewing. A shot by John Starks. Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move by Jordan. Both clubs going at each other. Michael Jordan and Xavier McDaniel having words.
The season ends for the New York Knicks at the hands of the Chicago Bulls.
The United Center, where tonight, for the 458th consecutive game, the Bulls have sold out. These fans are here tonight to welcome the New York Knicks.
I don't think he gets it. I think for some reason he's so good and has done it for so long that there is this, and such a mystique about him that, and everybody wants to be like him, be as good as he is, make as much money as he is, be able to do all the off-the-court things that you watch him game in and game out. He saddles up next to guys, he smiles at him, pats him on the ass, and then, goes out there and kicks their ass, and they hug him after the game. Like that was some great thing that he got 45 on them. So I don't understand it.
Do you like that move?
I like the move because it's going to put some pressure on Michael, and they want to make him work as much as possible.
Van Gundy said that I was a con man, which I've never seen con man used in a polite or respectful way.
I talked to Phil Jackson about this situation, and he said, hey, we're going to have an interesting NBA basketball game. Yes, we need to ask which is which.
No, Phil Jackson has started early, and that's what he does. And I think now, I don't think he has a dislike for any.
I talked to Phil before the game, and he said Mike might get 45 or 50 tonight. How come he predicted that? Michael upset that Van Gundy had said that Jordan uses friendships and stature to con some of his opponents.
You take negative criticism in a I'd take it in a positive way to go out and prove a point.
Chicago, in losing to Houston on Sunday, shot less than 40%. Jordan gets his first of the night. He expects to be back Sunday at home against Miami. Here's Jordan posting up again.
That's the down. Look at this. Michael Jordan is just bigger. He's stronger. He can jump higher. And on the post, Chris Childs needs help. But the Bulls don't like giving help, so he's probably going to be down.
You know, for me, I was pissed because if he gets hot, there's nothing I can do because he's 6'6" and he gets down to 13 feet. You know, I can push him out to 15, 16, then I have the advantage. And so let me start on Mike. No, John has him. I'm like, okay. So Mike had 35 in the first half. So Jeff's like, all right, Chris, you got him. I was like, bullshit. I do not. So he's like, yeah,
I told you.
So I went out there. I fouled him 5 straight times. I was like, you're not going to have 55 on me. And I went and sat down because once he gets going, there's nothing you can do.
Lead of the night now. Ewing knocks it right back into the hands of Mr. Jordan.
Good defense, bad luck. You talk about bad breaks. Patrick Ewing deflects the ball. It goes back to that man wide open to the basket. You're not going to stop him.
Right in his hands. And as you looked at the replay, Randy Brown heads to the bench to get a rest. The bench, rather. That's 3 turnovers for New York in their last 5 possessions. Here's Jordan. Jordan and Pippen have scored all of the Chicago points.
When they shoot so quickly, it limits their chances of turnovers.
5 turnovers in the last 8 possessions. And the period at the end of the paragraph. Jason Caffey off the dribble finds Jordan. 20 points for Jordan. Jordan, now Larry Johnson with the switch.
I tell you, he's feeling it. You can see his.
He's the only one that I can remember that was able to score that many points against us. You know, so it was. You know, you give homage to MJ.
You know, Mike became Mike. So
yeah.
You know, I hate to admit that, but you know that.
And Pippen for the Bulls. Jordan for the Bulls. Here's Randy Brown. He got the start tonight. Here's Jordan. Nobody there to guard him.
Oh, wow. What?
Nobody.
Oh, what a breakdown.
He can't find one.
Yeah, that's just when everything goes wrong. He gets a point-blank layup and misses it.
At the other end, Jordan makes him pay. In the Garden is 1 of 11 tonight. Michael Jordan has 29 points.
Everybody knew the ball was coming to him, and you knew you had to stop him. So
Right.
you got to give him credit.
So Michael knew kind of what areas he wanted to go to. So when you were defending him, he would kind of set you up one way and get to one spot and just elevate. And there was really nothing you could do because he got off the ground so quick. And then when he was able to shoot the ball better and better every year, it just made it that much more difficult. That's when you become really, really good as an individual and as a team, and that's what he was very good at.
When Houston's going to struggle, you need Larry Johnson to get it off offensively.
Giles back on Jordan. Jordan has 34.
By Patrick Ewing, exactly what the Knicks want. They got to quicken their offense, and they went to Patrick Ewing. With Bill Wennington on them, you got to keep going there. And with Chris Childs on Michael Jordan.
Randy Brown kicks it out to Jordan for 3.
Oh, another wide open shot for Michael Jordan.
Chicago run. 39 points for number 23.
Now, it'll be interesting. I think Jeff Van Gundy may call that timeout because he said the last 6 minutes of the game, they don't want Michael Jordan taking shots. Michael Jordan made that shot. He called an immediate timeout. He wants him to get into a good play, obviously, but he also wants more help with Michael.
Loose ball. Caffey dives for it. Wennington picks it up. Here comes Jordan. Johnson picks him up defensively. Michael goes for 41.
And he knew it was in right when it left his hands. They get to him before their guys do, and that's hurting the team, and that one was a big one.
Jordan. Shooters roll. Allen Houston guards him. Michael, 3 moves, and a basket. And this time he glances at you, and Jimmy Clark's not going to do it. Here was Jordan.
Oh, I mean, the move was great, and as a defender, it's really not.
At the time, the Knicks and the Bulls were big rivals, and I didn't have time to think about and appreciate that you're playing against, probably the best player to ever play.
Fourth quarter, 1:10 to go. Jordan in the post over Houston. Houston picks up Jordan. Jordan with 49. Jordan now has 51. And he is screaming at Jeff Van Gundy.
And he's feeling it. He was not going to pass that ball. He had every intention of shooting it. Guys on the Bulls are running around. He never even looked. That was his shot all the way.
Phil Jackson told Dick Versace before the game.
Well, he's a snake right now, I'll tell you that.
You feel that's the case, that sometimes guys want to be his friend a little too much?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I as a player, you don't want...
Phil Jackson told Dick Versace before the game in the locker room that Michael Jordan was upset with some comments Van Gundy had made because Jeff Van Gundy had said Jordan, with his friendships with other players around the league, lulls them into a false feeling of friendship and then strikes like a viper.
Well, he's a snake right now, I'll tell you that.
There's nothing to say. He's one of the best players to ever play this game. He's the best player to play it in my era. I already know how great Michael was.
18 of 30, including in the fourth quarter. You ready for this? 12 of 14.
Yeah, and that's the guy you didn't want.
Listen, I'm a guy who challenged Jordan, called him a con man, right?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm speaking from experience. Like, in my mind, in a one-game setting, if I had first pick all time, there's no doubt who I'm taking, and it's Michael Jordan.
At the buzzer, the basket goes, but here's a surprise. Michael Jordan has been selected as our Bud Light player of the game. Final score, 88-87. The basket at the buzzer did count. That cuts the margin to 1. But the New York Knicks fall to Chicago in the first of 4 games this year. They're 28-12.
I was aware of his comments, and when I'm on the basketball court, I compete. When I step off the basketball court, I leave everything that happened on the basketball court on the basketball court. I respect every player in this league, and I have friends in this league, and I don't ask them, and I hope they don't change their approach to me on the basketball court, because certainly I don't change my approach to
the comments made somewhat in jest about Michael Jordan. It seemed like he kind of took heat and lit up 51 points tonight. Any regrets?
What's that now? I couldn't
hear you.
Regret
saying some of the things throughout the course of the week about Michael Jordan?
I didn't say anything this week about it.
Well, you made some comments that, sometimes people are in awe of Michael Jordan. Sometimes Michael Jordan kind of pretends to be friends with people, and then he seems to have big nights against people while they're smiling.
No, I don't have any regrets. I told the truth, and he had a big night. He played a great game. That's the usual for him. Plays very well. He's a great player. At the same time, I believe everything I said. You have to go at him as hard as he goes at you, and he uses every weapon to his advantage that he can, some physical, some mental. I was proud of our guys. They went right at him. He had a great night, made some big shots.
What did you say to him after that last basket?
Some choice words.
Can you give us a clean version?
No.
Have you heard that comment from him before, and what do you think of that?
I think it was more geared to motivating his players. I've been competing against his players on this team now for 5-6 years, and quite naturally, we've had some off-court friendships. But they've always played me well. I don't think, on the court they've befriended me by no means. I don't go on the court expecting, to make friends. I go out there to play the game of basketball like I know how to play. When I leave the court, I don't take, what happened on the court away from the game, and I respect everybody for a human being. We only play a game, He viewed it as, maybe a war away from the game as well as on the court, and I don't view that. And if he feels like, I take advantage of my friends, that's fine. I did hear a comment about doing movies and inviting them. I didn't have anything to do with them doing the movie. That's just the way it happened.
He'd read the paper and saw the comments was in the paper. And
what did he say to you guys after the game?
No, he was just mentioning that he'd read the thing and talking about how Van Gundy said he was a con man and using his friendships on the court to take advantage of other players on other teams. But Michael likes that. He likes challenges. He likes guys to get on him because it forces him and drives him to be a better player.
When Jordan scores all the points, usually the other guys will look around and watch a little bit.
Michael's going to get his, but we just have to limit the other people. But we just didn't do a good enough job.
But not everyone who challenged Jordan did it from the sidelines. Even before that, a young Kobe Bryant wanted to test the man many already called the greatest of all time. Click now and discover what happened when the student dared to challenge the master.